Cats get the dub tonight. We saw a lot of improvement.
But none of that matters because IU is whipping that ass. What's cooking? Welcome back into another edition of Instant Reaction here on ESPN Louisville Plus. I'm Justin Soforo. Joining me today is one Anna Tarullo, Kentucky fan. And we're just reacting to the game that was Kentucky taking on, God, what the hell was the team's name? I don't care. What was the team's name?
Okay, so that's so funny you asked.
Can you give it to me?
North Carolina Central. The whole time I wanted to be like North Carolina State. That's GBV, dog. That's NC State. They're good. They're both packed. We were North Carolina Central. Different thing.
Yeah. I looked it up and I was like, I've never heard of this team before.
I've never heard of it.
Kentucky gets the win. Slow start, but ends up handling it in the end. But right now, all of our eyes are kind of focused on the team that's coming up on Saturday for the Wildcats, and that is little Indiana whipping that ass up on Penn State. It's about wrapping up as the time that we are recording this, but it's an impressive feat. I don't know, like an 8-1 Penn State team. Like it's not a slouch team that is just falling apart. They will be falling apart after this.
And IU 110-68. There's about 2 minutes and 15 seconds left, and now it's 113-68, and just all credit to Louisville. I'm going to start off by saying that, and like, do not clip this and give it to all the shows. So, bro.
Oh wait, what am I doing? This has got to be on while we're talking about Louisville. There we go.
I'm going to give you some BS here too. So, bro, I'm going to give you some BS here too, because I feel like as Kentucky fans, we can admit when our team sucks, and Louisville fans cannot. So I think
put the glasses
also,
on.
like,
where are the glasses? Where are they at?
For Kentucky fans, normally there's not sunshine pumping. Okay, maybe football, sure. Basketball, no way. But with that comes reality, right? And I can respect what Pat Kelsey is doing at the University of Louisville. They play a very exciting brand. They beat the brakes off of Indiana. They look like the better team. They played every possession a lot harder. Isaac McNeely looked great. Ryan Conwell looks fantastic. They play every possession very hard. But this IU team that they beat over the weekend, they're beating Penn State, an 8-1 Penn State team. They're beating them 113-68. And that is who Kentucky has coming down the road. Kentucky, meanwhile, we are celebrating a big win over North Carolina Central. Okay.
Yeah, not UNC of last week. No. And UNC ain't that good. And I'm sorry, UNC fans, you're not that good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got words for you.
And I think that was what hurt more than anything. It's like you're playing Hubert Davis. Like, no disrespect. His first year there, he did a lot better, right? I mean, he did it very well. First year coach as a former player, not a ton of coaching experience, right?
Yeah.
But to come in this year and just completely beat, I wouldn't say they beat the brakes off of them, but to win in a close game, it was a very winnable game for Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
And then you play Gonzaga next, and it's just, it's rough.
You got decapitated. Kentucky was decapitated. That was, we rewatched some of that. We talked about it a little bit on Sunday night, but like you saw players quit. Like I saw players quit to a level. And I'm sorry, don't get mad at me, Lachlan McLean, but I saw players quit to a level that, like, even under Kenny Payne, that I don't remember them quitting like that. You can just see 4 guys standing around the arc doing nothing while one guy tries to fight up against 2 or 3 guys to try to get a bucket. It's disheartening to see. And like, I've heard rumors out there. We're not going to talk about the rumors, though. I tell you, I almost made a video by myself. No, I can't talk about the rumors. The rumors are not, they're a little salacious kind of rumors.
Yes. Other rumors, I'm like, maybe. Like a big rumor was benching, right? And so I feel like, or just like attitude problems. That was the rumor. And so coming into this game, there was a lot of rumors like Jalen Lowe and Cam Williams. They had to run the bleachers at practice, right?
Yeah.
So going into this game, I wasn't expecting much from a change from Mark Pope, but when Jalen Lowe doesn't play the whole first half, you're thinking, okay, that's injury, right? That guy could fall at any time, re-injure that shoulder. I understand that. Cam Williams doesn't play until a few minutes into the second half. That feels like it was a critical decision by Mark Pope. You had Otega Ogwe playing harder. So, like, is this the game where you finally benched the attitude problems that needed to be benched? I felt a lot better about that. Again, it's North Carolina Central, right? What are you going to say? Like, you can't be too – if you're so excited about this game, you're out of touch with reality, right? But I think there was some good things. Part of it
It was a step up moment. Was it not like a step up moment for Mark Pope? Time to be the big boy, time to be the man in the room, and time to sit down the children.
Yes.
You're overpaid children right now who can't go out there, can't work together, can't play hard, and you're just going out there and whining and crying. And now it's time for me to stop whining and crying and sit your ass down on the bench and tell you to do better. Otherwise, you're never going to see the floor again for the rest of the season. That's what I felt like I was getting.
He didn't need to come on the show with me tonight. This man thought he didn't need to come on the show with me tonight, and he gets it more than anybody because that is so true. And I saw it almost reminds me, not to keep bringing everything back to football. Maybe I'm just a football girl now, but like Kalen DeBoer starting at Alabama and not understanding really like the emotion he needed to show. Like I think he needed to show a lot more negative emotion than he was used to, or even that he liked. Like he had to be put more of a game face on, right? I think Mark Pope is learning that. You're learning it too late. You've already been a D1 coach. You've already coached at BYU. You've already coached at Utah Valley, whatever, right?
Yeah.
You should have already been prepared for that. But I do feel like he got on Brandon Garrison early in the first half. But also just the benching that we have all been waiting for. Do we all think it would be Otega Owe? I certainly did. But that man showed up tonight. We saw him put up the most points he's put up this season so far. So I do feel really good about that. So part of it, they started today. It's Tuesday. They started as casual Tuesday, right? They don't have their dang jerseys tucked in. They're not playing hard on defense. They're not helping hard on defense. They're not cutting hard on offense. They're not setting good screens. They're not setting good picks. They're not passing the ball with any ferocity. That's casual. They've been trained to play casual, right? By the second half, I'd say midway through the second half, everything switched and it turned into Confidence Tuesday, baby. It went from Casual Tuesday to Confidence Tuesday. And I think with the offense coming back a little bit, now I know it was North Carolina Central, right? But even just to see the athleticism that Otega Owe could show, I think it reignited something, like something that should have always been there. I'm not trying to make excuses or trying to big dog that this is the team that you're beating up on to feel good about yourself. That's even more pathetic to me that it took that long. Like I feel no moral victories from this win, but maybe it does help you find a little bit more of a piece of identity. But the biggest thing is that it did seem that Jalen Lowe and Cam Williams were benched for the second half. Don't know if I would have played Jalen Lowe at all because of that shoulder injury. You fall one time, you re-injure it. Goose Gibbons did say in the pregame, he mentioned that.
I'm sorry. I love the Goose Gibbons pull. I love that.
That's my guy, dude. We have him on BBN tonight all the time, but he mentioned something that Jalen Lowe left practice, I think yesterday or the day before. It was like an apparent illness, like some type of illness he left early. And I do think of that as legit. Because if it's a guy that quickly that I just don't listed as questionable, just really quick. He was listed as questionable. So I think either you have an injury or you have an illness. Cam Williams, he was not listed as questionable in any way, shape, or form. So I think that was a disciplinary thing. So I wonder why those two guys were the guys that were administered that, right of benching. But Otega Owe wasn't. But what were you going to say?
I mean, I'm part of me is wondering, is Mark Pope finally weeding out the problem, like the problems in the locker room? Like, is he sitting down those guys? Is it a Jalen Lowe issue? Here's the one thing too about Jalen Lowe. I never really had a lot of respect for him as a player. Like he got his points like when Louisville played him when they were at Pittsburgh, but Louisville beat that ass when they played him. So he was never a player that really intimidated me. Like, yeah, he's going to get his, but does that mean that he's a good player? Does he work well? Does he facilitate other guys as well? I think the important part is definitely you highlighting Otega Owe and like his maybe coming back into his own, because if Kentucky's going to have a chance to do anything the rest of the season, I think it's going to have to rely on his shoulders. Because I think going into the season, it relied on his shoulders anyway, because you kind of said, hey, you have the experience. Otega Owe is that guy that you can build around. And that should be the goal. And I think it's probably why a lot of my issues is all these players are brought in. How well do they gel? How well do they mesh? It seems pretty poorly around him. How are you going to make him shine and be that guy that can lead you in to the SEC, especially this SEC that you're going to be playing in this year and in the SEC tournament as well? One of the important parts too, before we go too long though, is really, I just want to look at, even though we talked about how Indiana is looking right now, I think this is a big time moment, a big time chance.
113 to 72, 113 to 72. What was that set I had for you earlier?
24 assists or something like that at the time. Did it go up?
6 for a team that cannot facilitate an offense with their life on the line, which is Kentucky. How are you going to combat that, dude? How are you going to combat that? I don't get it.
I think at the same time, I almost want to. I hate to say this. I don't want to just say I just want to throw this game of Indiana out the door. It's unfortunate because you have to look at that. That's what you're coming up against. But like, look back at the Louisville game. Look at that one where Louisville, a team that Kentucky, and again, maybe as Kentucky continues to fall and Louisville is getting better and better and gelling better and their offense is picking up and you're seeing Ryan Conwell. And I'm sorry, I'm smooching up to Louisville right now, but guys are draining threes. Indiana, right? In Indiana at the same time, though, is a team that even though they kept kind of like clawing their way back in, dagger after dagger after dagger, Louisville shut them down. And I think if Kentucky can get their offense clicking, this is an opportunity for them to try to show that they're not dead yet. And it's important because you finally got the game. You finally got the game to return. Kentucky, Indiana, after all the years, all the BS, all the Calipari issues. Now it's happening. And my God, this is a difficult situation for Kentucky to come into. Yeah.
And I respect you for bringing that up, but
but
I think I'm totally lost on that. There is no offense. They don't cut sincerely. They do not set screens sincerely. Malachi Moreno, we haven't even gotten into him. He is a disaster. He does not even have good hands. And I don't want to criticize a complete freshman who was there. He was at senior prom a few months ago, right?
Right.
There's just a softness there. I think it says more about Louisville. And this is why you guys can trust me. Like, I love your rivalry, right? But Louisville's the most exciting basketball team that I've watched so far this season. They really are, truly, and I do mean that. And I'm not saying that. It hurts me to say that, but
throw it up. Throw the L's up. Go ahead. You got it. You can throw them up.
I would never. I'm L's down for life. But honesty is more important to me than anything. Like, if my team's really not good, and that's what's the difference between me and a lot of Louisville fans, right? Like, I'm not going to
I think we're both. I think we're staring right in a mirror at each other right now because I feel the same way about you guys. So it's fine.
You do, but not always do. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest about it. But I think that says a lot more about Louisville because I knew that IU team was good, and there's just no question. There's just not a great offense. There's nobody who's good with their backs to the basket. Jelly a few times has looked like it, but it's against much lesser competition. Malachi Moreno, like, God bless him, he looks fatigued. He doesn't have good hands. It's an all systems failure. I'm happy they played better tonight. I'm
right back into the negativity. Here we go, right down the drain with Kentucky basketball.
Like, I'm not a doomsday person. Like, I'm a realist about it, and it's just not going to be good. And tonight it was very cute. They were trying to compare them to that like 2014 Kentucky team that made it Final Four against UConn, who lost, which they should have won if they had a good coach. But like, you had NBA players or like NBA caliber players. That's not what you have. That is not. Trent Noah is your most pure shooter.
Trent
Noah, who was an afterthought on last year's team. That's not good, dude. When Brandon Garrison gives you, and who everyone hates and wants him out, but maybe he's not the smartest player, but he gives you more effort and energy than other people.
Yeah. No, I
don't want to hear that. But
I'm with you on that.
Not a good squad.
No, it's not. It's gonna be an uphill battle. So like, we'll see. I mean, this is an opportunity Kentucky has. Maybe they can ride the ship. Maybe not. I'm feeling that you are going to be doubtful until proven otherwise. And it's yet to be determined. Will Kentucky be able to bounce back? Will they be able to find a way to save their season? She's a doubter. I'm trying to bring a little positivity for them, mainly because I'm riding high on 1PK. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, do me a solid favor, smash that freaking like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. You can follow me at Justin Soforo. You can follow her at Tarulo Tweets on Twitter, and you can get all of her positive Kentucky feelings out there every day. Of course, check out ESPN Louisville, 93.9 The Ville, all that good stuff, all the other social media platforms as well. We'll see you guys next time. Cards, Cats, Bourbon and Bluegrass. See ya.